Okay. Oh, baby. Oh, mine. Oh, baby. The valleys are there, and they're just as important as the peaks and the mountains and the hilltops. The way I need a massage right now is not a joke. What is good with y'all? I hope you guys have been well. Here we are at another week. We made it. We're alive today. We're good. So if we made it in, just know we were meant to be here. So hey, nice to see you again. Welcome back to another episode of Present Not Perfect. I am your host, Mimi Jeanite. Once again, we're going to be talking about some roller coasters today. You know, the ones that go high and low, the ones that go through in between, and how we deal with them. Let's get into it. We grow through a range of emotions that give us the access to see exactly how it would feel for certain things to be in existence. These experiences that we have the opportunity of feeling is just that, an opportunity. What we make it mean takes a whole new evolution from there. We like the feeling of happiness more than we like the feeling of sadness or grief. But the same way happiness is there for a reason, sadness is there for a reason. Lately, I've been going through my own processes of this. When life is making you grow through something in order to expel what doesn't need to be there anymore, sometimes we could feel like we're losing things, making it feel like something's going wrong, when in reality, we could think of it as something going right. But because of loss, as human beings, we internalize that as something being wrong. There's only so much that we can control within this realm, within this dimension, and our mind, our emotions are that. We can control them. And if we let them get out of control, or we feel like we don't have control over them, that's when we can feel like there's just chaos around us and that we don't want to fully embrace what life is trying to give to us, which is opportunity. The entire time we are here, we are just given room for expansion. We are given room to grow. And the more that we fight that, we give it resistance, that's the only thing that stops us from actually seeing the benefit of what's actually happening. Not to say that when we are feeling the lower frequencies of certain emotions that we should just ignore that they're there, or that we should just act like they don't have the same weight as everything else that is of a higher frequency. Somebody's walking up to my door. I'm trying to peep. I ain't trying to peep. You know, good people just doing their job. But you know, you gotta keep a lookout. This is not my regular mailman. I don't know what happened to my mailman. You know when you get used to somebody and they just go away, lost. Anywho, you see how that works? You see how life just brought me into, like, dang, bro, I miss my little mailman. He knew me by name. Anywho, it has the same weight just as happiness does. We just get used to being happy a lot more than we get used to being sad. We oftentimes try to regulate being sad as like it shouldn't be there, which is off. Those moments, you're in a space where there's openness, there's space to be built on, and the same thing is happening within. Sometimes we go through a situation where we didn't expect it to happen. We weren't prepared, or so we thought. It just happens very quick. It should be something that you slowly process. It should be. You don't have to just quickly get out of the emotion just to appease everybody else around you or to make it seem like you're okay. You don't have to be okay all of the time. The valleys are there, and they're just as important as the peaks and the mountains and the hilltops. Grieving is one of those things that is so interesting to me. We grieve what's outside of ourselves. For instance, an actual loss of somebody that we love. That hurts. The loss of somebody that's still alive, but they're dead to us now. That hurts. The loss of somebody that you didn't expect to lose. They're still alive, but the distance grew. That hurts. And the loss of a part of yourself. I think that hurts the most. There's so much that happens within the grieving process that I feel some of us take for granted. We judge people on how they actually grieve. Some people will literally throw a tantrum, big age, throw a tantrum because something is hurting them and they haven't gone within themselves to facilitate a safe space for them to actually feel what they're feeling. They're ashamed of what they're feeling, so they lash out to show that they are stronger than what they're feeling. But it's not making this situation any better. You're actually making chaos because of the chaos within. As children, if we weren't ever put on game on how to deal with the lower frequencies, these lower emotions, we don't know how to handle them when we're adults. And it's not like the situations change. It's the same feeling, if not even grander, because of the fact that most times people suppress that lower frequency emotion just to show face of, I'm good, I'm okay. I'm not even sure who we're doing that for at this point, because if we were doing it for ourselves, we really wouldn't do it that way. Because there's natural causes for emotion where the emotion is obvious, you're gonna react like that, and those moments where it's not that for real, like it's kind of too much. And I feel for myself, I was suppressing the thought of certain things so much that when I did experience a loss within my life, that coupled with a trigger and also a natural response, but the trigger just made it even worse than it needed to be, because then you kind of black out. If you have one of these moments where you release all of the pent up emotion, you black out low-key. If your suppression leads to you going ape shit on somebody or in a situation, it doesn't even have to be on a particular somebody. It could literally just be in an environment that you are in that is making you feel all of the feels, and you don't know how to regulate it. You don't know how to feel it. So you just do what you feel. You do what it is that you feel is going to let it out in that moment. Your body literally convulses out. Certain times something is happening with us that we are just trying to understand what the situation is, because we're not allowing ourselves to accept that it's actually happening. So during those times, it could be a little jarring to go ahead and say, you know what, I'm gonna feel what I'm feeling, because you're still trying to understand why what's happening is happening. So I get that. This is when isolation comes in, when we have a moment with ourselves, sit down and process exactly what's happened, and the way our body wants to go ahead and release that emotion, we allow it. We don't shame ourselves. If we want to get angry, we get angry. If we want to cry, we cry. If we want to scream, we scream. If you know you want to destroy something, get something that you can destroy without repercussion. Get something that you can tear up without it being something that you actually need. I have not ever been somebody that understood why somebody would literally trash their house, while getting upset, and they just like trash their house, like flip shit, throw plates. I haven't been somebody that understands that reaction, but in this moment right now, I have this desire to break things. The fact that I know there has been a level of suppressed energy within me, I have made it something that I know how to control, but now I want to release it in a controlled manner. So if I am able to go ahead and scream into a pillow or punch something that allows me to release the energy, like a punching bag, or go for a run just to release that pent up energy within me, I am going to do that. Like, I'm still not somebody that understands trashing your own shit, because then you have to replace everything. That's the part where it's like, why would you do that? I thought you cared about your stuff. I don't know. If you are someone like this, please enlighten me. Like, what is the thought process in trashing your stuff when you're in this level and then coming out of that level, and then like your realizations? Do you feel like, yeah, you were justified and you did everything you wanted to do, you're just gonna buy everything over again and then you're good? Or it's like, damn, I shouldn't have done that. Why did I do that? I want to know, because in my opinion, I think it's more of a, why did I do that? I didn't have to do it like that. But you let me know. You let me know. In this moment right now, I have been in a valley, and I've been picking up my water, watering my plants. It's very interesting seeing how I process this moment now, because this moment, if I were to be in this moment in the past, I would have been reacting to it very differently. And I'm so helpful to myself right now, so grateful to myself right now that I have picked up so many tools that have allowed me to see the valley for the opportunity that it is. You could get down on yourself and just really be like, damn, why is all of this happening to me? Or you can be like, why is all of this happening to me? You allow yourself to see the goodness within it. You allow yourself to see that maybe this isn't a bad thing. Maybe this is just a thing and I get to make it what I want it to be. So it isn't like it's gonna be you just lie to yourself and tell yourself what's happening isn't happening. You're gonna have to be real with yourself, but then you also gonna be able to cultivate the next position that you would like to be in. Say you're in a financial situation where you're not sure of what the next move is going to be, or you're not sure what's going to happen next, or something happened and you lost out on some type of financial gain or something with money where it didn't work out or is not working out in the way that you expected it to work out. You have the opportunity to ask yourself, why are you being put in this position? Whether it's you need to be better with budgeting, you need to slow down. Something within that level of opportunity is going to be like, okay, this is why. But you can also take it as, oh, somebody's playing with me, or this job sucks. Whatever the situation is, you can look at all of the negative and just keep cycling it and getting yourself even more into a valley. Like, you're at that point in the valley digging yourself a hole. Why not be in the valley where all the water is flowing? The rivers, they are there to help you water the goodness. Do you not see the life within that space? When you move to the mountaintop, you just see all of it. You see it. You're just able to be in a different altitude, to be able to see things in a different perspective. But when you're in the thick of it, this is the moment where you have to build and harvest and cultivate exactly what it is that you want. So are you going to dig yourself a hole acting as if there's no life around you? Or are you going to grab some water, grab a pail, go ahead and plant some seeds, water them boys down, and make new plant, make new life around you? It's your choice. You have the power within you to go ahead and actually see things this way. It's there for you. Whatever the situation is, just is. You make it the reality for you, so you can think of it as a good thing that is going to help you through to get to your next level, where it creates a space for you to receive what it is that you're actually going to need in the next level. Or you can go ahead and dig yourself a hole, make yourself so sad, and act as if there's nothing more to live for. The choice is yours. Nothing can change unless you change. So all of that pain that you suppressed within you, that has now been something that continues the conditioning that you received from other people. If something bad happens, you have no choice within that situation. Just get sad, get down on yourself, have a tantrum, no hope from there. Just, it is what it is. Life sucks. Or, you know what? This is for good. I'm going to go ahead and allow this person to leave. I'm going to go ahead and allow this situation to happen to me. There's ways we can reframe the losses, the grief that we feel. The grief is there for a reason, just as much as the happiness and the joy is there. It's for a reason, and it just is. We give it the power of it being something for us. I've wanted to reframe my mind in this way for so long, and it's something that I've actually been able to implement now as I've gone through this journey recently, where so much has happened and I've just been put in the position where I can practice this mindset. And sometimes your body, your mind wants to go back to the old paradigm of you feeling bad for yourself. Like, damn, I want to feel bad. And I literally had to check myself about that. I was like, ew, if your body is trying to make you go back to another paradigm where you felt bad about yourself and you just wanted to just kind of sit in the process and just be sad for yourself and just like, wow, you can sit there for a moment. I will give that, because it's going to happen. But the quicker you get yourself out of that, the quicker you start seeing the life around you, the quicker you start enveloping yourself within the abundance that is within you and that has always been. You have to remind yourself that you are good, you are great, and that there's nothing that ever works against you. It's so easy to blame the things outside of ourselves. Like, oh, something is happening, somebody's against me. Something's happening, oh, somebody's evil eyeing. Something's happening, oh, it's all what you make it to be. So the more you tell yourself somebody's against you, you're gonna have mad people against you, bro. You're gonna have so many people working against you because you are actualizing this into reality. But the moment you make that shift and you say, you know what? Nah, I asked for this. I asked for strength. I asked for patience. I asked for understanding. I asked for wisdom. You'll realize this moment that you're in that is creating a level of lower frequency emotion within you is there because you need to practice. You don't go into war without training first. So the moment you are in this moment to train yourself within these lower frequency emotions, say thank you and do your shit. Stunt on them, because then whatever it is that comes from that, you will not deal with the emotion the same way. The same way happiness makes you feel, grief will make you feel. You'll see the light within it. I don't want to minimize anybody's situation. Everybody is going through their path and they're doing it as best as they could. Do that. Continue doing that. It's just a matter of how are you thinking about what it is that you're going through? What's giving you the influence? What's allowing you to see the other end or the goal? Are you even seeing the goal? I may not understand why it's happening right now, but I know this is something that I need. I know this is something that I need. I'm only going to become stronger because of this. Not lying to yourself saying it's not happening, but acknowledging that it is happening and that it's happening for your highest good. Nothing outside of yourself. Nothing is against you. Everything is working toward your highest good until you speak against it, until you say somebody against you, until you say somebody evil eyeing you, until you say some bitch trying to come over and fuck up your shit. What do you believe? I love it here. It feels so good to be in a space where life just makes sense. Nothing is outside of myself and I make the changes. I feel so much closer to understanding and source and wisdom and truth and enlightenment. I feel so close that it's just happening every day, and every morning that I wake up, it is a good morning because I release the past self. I have good morning and I understand that the most right now. It's beautiful. This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. This is the here and now. And I'm so happy you guys are here with me. I'm so happy that we're able to do this together and to be able to just figure out how to do this thing a little bit differently than we were before. Something that works for us, you know? Go ahead and hit all of the buttons. Hit them all. Subscribe, like, share, comment. Subscribe, like, share, comment. Guys, we are amazing beings. Like, there's so much that we haven't even tapped into yet. But the more we do as a collective elevate ourselves, the more we're going to be able to understand. And it won't be us saying redundant things. It won't be us saying commonsensical things anymore, because we'll all understand it. We are the ones holding ourselves back, but we don't have to anymore. We need to make it clear for ourselves. Let's be real with ourselves first. Good living. If you guys want to go ahead and expound with me, go ahead and hit me up in the chat below. All of the information that you need to know about me is in the description below. I also have some affirmations within in all of the episodes descriptions, actually, that correlate to the episode in hand, to kind of just give a little bit of pick me up if you need something, if you need a little affirmation for yourself to remind yourself of who you are. I am that I am. And you remind yourself that every single day. You have the power within. There's goodness within you for a reason, and there's darkness within you for a reason. Use them both wisely. I'm hoping to see you in the next episode. You have been watching Present, Not Perfect, but we are. I am your host, Mimi Jeanite. And until next time, guys, I hope you have a great one. See you next week. all my